I'm Dr. Duke with The New American, and today I'm joined by Karis Peters, a student at Pensacola Christian College in Florida. Karis, you have a really committed attitude for someone as young as you. You really want to be a difference maker. I've seen some of your videos. You are a very eloquent advocate for the causes you believe in. Talk a little bit, Karis, for us about where did you get this fire?
Yes, thank you. So growing up, my dad is a pastor, and my dad is a pastor who's not seeker sensitive. He's not worried about what the leftists will think. He's not worried about running them out of the church. He's always been one to talk about the political issues, about abortion, about marriage. And I've grown up with that. It's in my blood, that fire, that passion to be active. And we need a new generation to rise up who's going to be active and not going to be scared of a destroyed reputation.
Your dad, Ken, I know he's a pastor, as you said, and he actually holds services and prayer meetings outside of Planned Parenthood organizations, right? Have you attended those with him?
Yes, I have. What those are is it's literally taking the church to the gates of hell. There's the verse that says, the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. And we believe Planned Parenthood is the gates of hell. And if we take the church there, we believe the gates of hell will not prevail. And we believe that we'll see the victory. So what we do there is we have a short worship service, we do intercessory prayer, we have a short sermon, we take up an offering for women who are in crisis. It's just a church service out there, and it really brings attention to this issue of abortion.
What kind of response did you as a young person get by standing there with your father? Was there ever any conflict or any protest directed your way?
Yes, there is lots of protesters who attend the services. They're on the other side of the street playing kazoos, trying to distract us, and even to my personal Facebook page, I'll get lots of hate mail for going to there, and yeah, just lots of personal attack, but it means that we're doing something great for the Lord. So.
Seems to make you stronger as well. Talk a little bit about what you what are you majoring in college, and what would you like to do when you graduate?
Yes, so I am studying political science. So I would like to be a political activist. That's really where my passion is, not being afraid to speak out about these issues that need to be spoken about, and really just raising up this younger generation to be bold and to speak the truths of God's word.
Now, you can't help but notice when you look around the news that the mainstream media loves liberal kids protesting, whether it's David Hogg, whether it's the anti-Second Amendment kids that are out there, whether it's Greta Thunberg. If you're out there as a young person pushing left-wing causes, you're going to get a lot of attention, and you may even become Times Person of the Year. Interestingly, the media does not have the same attitude to people like you who are both conservative and Christian and engaging in your kind of activism. How do you plan to combat that, and what are your thoughts about that unfair dichotomy?
Yes, it is completely unfair. I think the left news, it's fake news. They show what they want to show, and they won't show the young people who are rising up and taking a stand. And I think that we really need to just get out there, get on Facebook as much as you can, get on social media, go to college campuses, go to as many churches as you can. Just do everything that the Lord gives you an opportunity to do, and just try to get out there as much as you can. Yeah.
Now, are there any younger Christian conservative voices, younger people who you look to as models or people you admire doing the kind of work you want to do?
Some of my models, activist mommy Elizabeth Johnston, she's a little older, but I really, really look up to her. And her kids, too, they really encourage me. And I've met some people, I've been to Patriot Academy, and there's lots of young people that I've met there that are very inspiring, very encouraging. And yeah, I really look up to them.
Given that we've acknowledged that the media does not treat young conservative voices the same way it treats liberal ones, how do you plan on getting around that static? What is your plan to get your message out in spite of a media and a progressive class that would wish to silence you?
I think just keeping at it, keep going, and the Lord will open up opportunities. And I believe we just keep doing the Lord's work. The Lord will open opportunities, and we can't back down. We can't be afraid of a destroyed reputation, because the liberal media will try to destroy your reputation, but you can't be afraid of that. You just got to keep going at it and keep getting out there.
Now, is your campus a conservative Christian college?
Yes, it is very conservative. Very, very conservative.
Is there a lot of activism? Are you getting fed there, trained there? Are you activist on campus? Are you part of activist groups on campus?
There is one activist group on campus. It's kind of sad there's not a whole lot of activists around. The classes are very good. They teach you to get active. Just so a lot of the people don't really care about it as much as they really should. So I'm trying to raise that awareness that we should be active.
And that's a really important question, I think. I asked you about some of people your own age, maybe, who have inspired you a little bit. But in terms of ideas, we know, obviously, you're deeply impacted by the Gospels and by the work and teaching of Jesus Christ. But beyond Christ, what would you point to, or some figures you'd point to in your studies, historical figures, religious figures who you think have contributed a lot, whose message you really want to replicate?
People like just the founding fathers, how they stood strong on the morals of the Bible. They weren't afraid to back down. If people came against them, they knew what morals they stood on. So lots of people like the founding fathers that we see in history. Yeah.
So do you have a particular favorite founding father?
Not really. I really like a lot of them, so it would be hard to decide.
So as far as your activism goes, you're a political scientist and you want to be a political activist. You see yourself in broadcasting? Do you want to become like a professor, an academic? What would you think would be the best fit for you now, knowing that plans do change? Where do you envision yourself right now in the future?
I would envision myself doing like maybe broadcasting shows, videos, going around different places, churches, college campuses, and trying to broadcast there and get the message out there.
Is there a demographic that you particularly want to speak to? Is it younger people? Is it conservatives or Christians? What would you say right now is the target demographic you'd love to be able to preach to and minister to?
People my age, they really they're getting sucked into liberalism, and I think we really need to preach to people my age, younger college students, millennials. They really need.
I'm a university professor myself, so I know really how hard it is to engage young people in most of these issues. Most kids are pretty apolitical. They sort of flow with the current, right? Most universities are liberal places, so they tend to become liberal just by default by being there. How do you plan to connect with them as somebody who is of that age group? What would be the best way for somebody like me, who's got a big age gap now between my incoming freshman and me? What would you recommend as a tool I can use to try to get at the minds and awake young minds like yours?
I think really getting down onto the level, see where they're coming from, see the opposition, the leftism that people are stuffing down their throat, and try to make sense to them, make them realize what is truth and why the things that we believe are truth, and just really getting into their heads and making logical reasoning on why you should believe what you believe.
Now, does your college, I said it's a very conservative college, does your college actually challenge you guys? Does it make you think through alternative solutions? Is there a lot of debate in your classrooms?
Yes, there has been lots of debate segments in my classrooms, which I really enjoy. It gets all the students thinking, talking, and coming up with the solution that we think should be for the specific issues that we're talking about.
Would ministry itself be something you would consider for the future, or do you want to stay more in the political realm?
I am very into ministry too, so anything that has to do with ministry, politics, I am very passionate about. My dad's a pastor. I've been involved in ministry my whole life. I try to get into as many ministry things as I can. So yes, ministry and politics, and I think a lot of times they can go together. Churches now, they're trying to separate those two, but they really should be going together. So both of those, yes. And in the little bit of time we have left, throw this one to you. What would you say is the one issue in American life and culture that you most right now would really like to change or have an impact on? I would say abortion. Abortion is a huge issue. We say we believe as Christians that 5-year-olds are just as valuable as a preborn baby, but we're not living it out. And I think we need to live it out. I think we need to tell everyone that abortion is murder. I believe everyone believes that, but they're not acting upon it. And that's something I really would want to change, and I'm very passionate about. Where can people find the videos and the work you've already done? Do you have a website? Do you have a site that they can go to? Yes, I have a Facebook site. It's under Karis Peters. And I also have some videos on YouTube. Karis Peters, thank you so much for your time today. I know we'll be talking to you again in the future. And please continue to keep that flame alive, keep that enthusiasm, and go out and change the world. Thank you. It's been an honor.